All right. Good night, everyone. Welcome to Secondhand Smoke. Got a very important episode for you today, so we'll jump right into it. Just in case you didn't catch it, I started off by saying good night. It's just not a normal thing to say when you first begin a speech or, some kind of, at the beginning of something, you usually don't say good night. But, apparently that's the new thing to do these days because, let's see here, where is it? Here. Don't leave it to me, though. I'll give it over to Jesse Waters over at Fox News here.
Tonight, in the Pennsylvania Senate debate, John Fetterman knocked himself out the second he opened his mouth.
Hi, good night, everybody. I'm running to serve Pennsylvania.
It only got worse from there. Fetterman's entire campaign's based on saying Dr. Oz is a carpetbagger who owns a lot of homes. And he's gotten some traction on that. But at the debate, you have to show off your policy chops. And Fetterman couldn't even spew slogans.
No, here's what I think we have to fight about inflation here right now. That's what we need to fight about, inflation. We all have to make sure that everyone that works is able to, that's the most American bargain, that if you work full time, you should be able to live in dignity as well, true. But going to those kind of vocational schools, able to create a career to Wayne, reach a lot of high salary, and again, supporting to reduce those costs are critical too.
That's not.
All right. So today's episode, we're going to be focusing on age and mental capacity, or, just how good your brain's working. If you notice there, that man started off the beginning of the debate, very first line, good night, everybody. So unfortunately, this guy's name is John Fetterman. He is, I believe, he's senator of Pennsylvania, just elected, I believe, in 2022, last year. So he suffered a stroke and has all sorts of mental issues going on with him. Here's another clip of him from 1 month ago.
The president traveled to Philadelphia this past Saturday, where he addressed the federal government's role in helping rebuild a section of I-95. As you know, that collapsed a week ago following a massive tanker crash and fire. However, the introduction by that state's senator, one of them, John Fetterman, is again raising concerns and questions about Fetterman's post-stroke recovery. Watch.
And he is here to commit to work with the governor and the delegation to make sure that we get this fixed quick, fast as well, too. This is a president that is committed to infrastructure, and then on top of that, the dual kind of a law of the inflation bill.
Senator Fetterman, as you might remember, suffered a...
All right. So as the man stated there, and I think I said it earlier, he suffered a stroke. And this speech was from 1 month ago. Biden came to Philadelphia. Fetterman welcomed Biden to the city. And that was a speech he was giving where he was stumbling over his words. You could not understand a statement that was coming out of him. I don't know what he's trying to talk about there. And this is not about, I'm not trying to be rude, but it's a concern. It's a concern, and it's not, and I don't think it's rude to state a concern. But moving on. So about a week ago, I would say, Senate Minority Leader Mitch McConnell had what we believe to be a stroke as well. Here we go.
Well, good afternoon, everyone. We're on a path to finishing the NDA this week. It's been good bipartisan cooperation and a string of
Okay, Mitch. Is he else you want to say, or should we just go back to your press? Do you want to say anything else to the press? Let's go back to you.
Go ahead, John.
So you could hear, no, that video wasn't on pause or anything like that. You could hear, for lack of better phrases, his handlers asking him, "Do you want to say anything more to the press?" Or, yeah, let's take you backstage, or whatever the case may be, back to your office. So it's said that he suffered a mini stroke. Let's see here. Vanity Fair reported on it. And let's see, the article is dated August 4th, 2023. The 81-year-old minority leader is the longest serving party head in Senate history. Let's see here. John Ernst was the first senator to verbally acknowledge that Mitch McConnell had stopped speaking at the lectern beside her. The Senate minority leader had frozen mid-sentence for around 20 agonizing seconds during his weekly remarks to reporters last Wednesday. Let's see here. Per Senator Roger Marshall, a Kansas Republican, a medical doctor specializing in obstetrics, the minority leader chalked up the episode maybe getting a little dehydrated. So they're saying maybe he was dehydrated. Someone else, though, a person that's actually keeping it real, said, "If I were a doctor or I was in that audience, I would have recommended he go to the emergency immediately," Dr. Lee Schwam said. A stroke expert, now I sound like them. Jeez, I'm just going to skip the word. You know what I'm trying to say. At Yale told the New Yorker that saying Mitch McConnell could have suffered a mini stroke or partial seizure. So right there, right in front of our eyes, the man had a seizure or a stroke. And let's see what he had to say about it, though.
The president called and checked on me. I told him I got a sandbag.
Oh, nice. How are you feeling now, sir? How are you feeling now?
I'm fine.
Have you seen a doctor? Are you going to see
Any idea what happened?
Huh?
Any idea what happened?
I'm fine. That's the important
Dehydrated?
part. Gotta watch those sandbags.
So I'll give him his credit. So if you notice, he said twice something about a sandbag. He said the president called to check on me. I told him I got sandbagged. So June 1st, 2023, about 2 months ago, here's Joe Biden at a U.S. Air Force Academy graduation. Now, when Biden fell here, it was said that there was a sandbag on the ground. So this motherfucker, Mitch McConnell, had the nerve to be throwing shade. This dude, he cold. I ain't even gonna lie. That was cold. He said, I got sandbagged, throwing shade at Biden because Biden fell right there. Look, man, I ain't got time for y'all old ass arguments. Y'all need to sit down somewhere. You got one man who had a stroke. Beat Dr. Oz, that guy that won the Pennsylvania governor or Senate, whatever the fuck his seat. I think he's, yes, senator of Pennsylvania. Yeah, he beat Dr. Oz. So a mentally ill guy that had a stroke can't even form a sentence, beat a doctor. But that's what the people voted for, so I'm not even going to go there. But I just thought it was kind of funny that Mitch McConnell got the nerve to be throwing shade at Biden. Both of y'all is fucked up. I don't care who's more fucked up. You're both fucked up. Just a couple weeks ago, according to our president, we cured cancer.
I said I cured cancer. They looked at me like, why cancer? Because no one thinks we can. That's why, and we can. We ended cancer as we know it. If you could do anything
we ended cancer as we know it. All right. Well, thank you for that. I didn't hear anything about it, but yeah. So anyone that has cancer, no, they don't, because we cured it. Here's Biden falling asleep.
Disabled and non-disabled all around the world, I call on you to commit to concrete actions to stop the destruction of this magnificent planet. This conference is one of the most important meetings in history. You have the chance to make decisions and reach agreements which will affect the lives of generations to come. You are in a position of extraordinary power. You can change forever the trajectory we are on. You can make a world that is once again full of hope, not fear. This is my message from Earth to COP. On behalf of We the 15, I ask you, please help us to guarantee a safer future for every life, regardless of their ability.
Please welcome the Prime Minister of Italy, Mario Draghi.
And they wonder why they call him Sleepy Joe. Mitch McConnell has Joe's back. McConnell urges House Republicans not to impeach Biden. I'm not even going to get into the brass tacks of, why Biden is being impeached. We'll talk about that on another episode. But, yeah, the two old folks making sure that they get to stay in office. It's just wild. Like, what? Hang on one second here. Because I looked it up earlier, but I'm going to pull it up again. Let me see. Oh, here it is. Average age of members in Congress. Now, here we got a chart over to the, right of the screen. Democrats have more old folks in office than Republicans do. Seems to be by a lot. I think the average is about 5 or 6 years above, or maybe 3 to 4 years. The average is above. Democrats are in the lead by 3 or 4 years, averagely speaking. Doesn't really matter. This isn't gonna, But the median age of voting House lawmakers is 57.9 years old. So 57.9, and let's see, the average retirement age is 65. So let's see, how many members of Congress are over 65? There are 50 senators and 141 representatives over the age of 65. Come on now. What the hell's going on, bro? I'm not going to spend too much time on her because I know the ladies really love her. But Ruth Bader Ginsburg served until she died. Is that what we're doing here? You just seen where it said Mitch McConnell's been, longest serving party head in Senate history. Is he going to serve till he dies? We got a glimpse of it a couple weeks ago, with all due respect. Like, what are we doing here? This is wild. And people asked some concerns about his health, and he got the nerve to say, I got sandbagged. Okay, very funny. I see, I bring up Alexandria Ocasio-Cortez for a reason. I don't agree with nearly anything that comes out of this woman's mouth. She's a representative of New York's 14th district, but she's 33 years old, and I think that it is good that, we got some fresh blood in office. Like I said, I don't agree with a goddamn thing that comes out of this woman's mouth. I think she's lost her mind. But at least we've got some youth in the office. Definitely pretty motivating. The youth needs to get into politics. We can't let these old folks keep running this show. Another one, Vivek Ramaswamy. So this guy's running for president from the Republican Party. Very interesting character. This dude started out at the bottom of the polls and now is neck and neck for second place beneath Trump. And I gotta say, he's a very, very interesting character. Gives off almost some Obama vibes, without, like, Obama wasn't the best president we had, so I'm not going to compare the two, but he gives that kind of unity feeling. You know what I mean? Like someone that could bring the country together. So, very well spoken, very charismatic, handsome looking fella, if you ask me. Nice smile. But the point is 38 years old. We need more youth in office. I'm sick of seeing my president falling all over the place. Hang on. Where's that clip? This is how out of it Biden is.
A campaign that's about negative attacks and the one about what we're for, because we cannot get reelected. We cannot win this reelection. Excuse me. We can only reelect Donald Trump.
Hey, we can only reelect Donald Trump, the man says. I don't think he meant to say that. He can't. They can't form sentences. They're having strokes. They're dying in office. I'm calling for a revolution of age. Folks, you need to get involved in the fucking politics. We need better options than Mitch McConnell, Joe Biden, fucking what's the vegetable from Pennsylvania, John Fetterman, even Trump. And I'll say it again. I said it once and I'll say it again. If it comes down to Biden versus Trump, I'm voting Trump. Because Trump's at least more with it. He can form a sentence. He can make jokes. People laugh. He's with it. He's here. He's on planet Earth. He's not fucking walking off stage and getting lost. Look at this.
President, thank you.
Look at this.
At the end of
He's lost.
Such a momentous event, the word thank you seems kind of inadequate, but...
No more. No more. Get involved, people. Even if you don't, I'm not saying everybody has to run for Congress or president or whatever, but if there's some young blood out there, watch them, please. Keep an eye on them, and maybe even if you agree with the policies that they have, vote for them. But I'm not going to sit up here and keep having people having strokes and dying. What if Biden dies in office? Is that what we want? We want presidents that die in office? And I'm not wishing any harm on any of these people, and I hope they enjoy the rest of their time here on Earth. Just enjoy it out of office. Please. Step down. I meant to pull this video up. Let me see if I can find it quick because, Mitch McConnell had an issue with his last speech recently. Hang on, give me 1 second. Either the man's hard of hearing or he has got some damn good discipline in him, because I would have been... God damn it. I would have stormed off. It ain't no way you just gonna keep yelling at me like that. I'm sorry. I can't. I would have retired right then and there. But he's holding on for dear life. No pun intended. I think that's enough for today, folks. I think we get the point. If you're young and you know politics, like well enough to lead, and get in them. If you're not, pay attention and vote for the people that's younger if they have good policies that you agree with. Like, seriously, we can't, no more of this, man. No more. This is enough. Thank you for watching, and yeah, make sure you like and subscribe and leave a comment at the end. Thank you very much.